All right, guys, welcome to the first open mic night where you guys bring me your technology questions and I try to answer them, or we just talk about some fun technology stuff that's happening in the world today. I guess we'll just start off with one of the questions I've had a lot of recently. The one question I had was, they have AirDrop now for the iOS devices, and then there's also AirDrop on the computer. And people want to know, is it possible to airdrop a file or a contact or a photo from your phone to your computer? And it is not. As of now, the airdrop is just within devices. So the airdrop can go between the iPhone and the iPad, and then it can go from computer to computer, but you can't mix them up. You can't go from an iOS device to a OS 10 device. That doesn't work. It should work, and I'm guessing it'll be something they do in the future. It seems like since they named it the same thing, it's something that should be a future release. But as of now, at least, that's not the way it is. Let's see. Some other questions we had. Trying to scroll through and see here. So alternatives to the airdropping from a computer to an iOS device, I would say is Dropbox. I use Dropbox all the time. As you guys know, you've probably seen my video on it. If you haven't, go check it out. It just tells you exactly what Dropbox is. But that way, all my files that are on my computer, I can download the app on my phone and have everything there. And if I just want to throw something over to my phone, usually I just drop it in my Dropbox, and then I get on the app and it's right there. So that's a good alternative to not being able to airdrop between your computer and your phone or iPad. Next thing we want to cover, I guess some people want to ask, okay, what am I trading when I sign up for free services on the web? How can all this stuff be free? The big example would be Gmail. Like, how is Gmail free for me? Like, how does that work? How do they take this service and offer it to me for free? The best way to describe it is that you're kind of trading your privacy. You're kind of selling yourself in order to get those free services. For example, on Gmail, Google goes through and they look through your email, actually. So Google, they're scanning your inbox in order to give you relevant advertisements. If you notice the ad on the top of your Gmail, that is being given to you because of what's in your inbox. If you can tell, if you have a lot of flight information, it might be deals on flights, stuff like that. So when I'm answering that question for people of what they're giving when they get a free service, it's not free. You're definitely giving your privacy. You're giving stuff that you might not want to be giving to them. Or if you're okay with that, then it's like I am. Then it's a great way to get free services by trading maybe a little bit of your information about yourself and what you do. Another way, when you're going around the internet, a lot of times what you're doing is being tracked, not in a bad way, but sometimes with cookies that some sort of website has put on your computer, in your browser, they can kind of see what kind of websites you're visiting, where you're coming from, where you're going, what you tend to click on, and it's all really to provide relevant advertisements. The internet has not really moved away from finding any other revenue model besides either a paywall, so you pay to get the service. You pay, let's say, the Wall Street Journal, and you pay them a yearly fee or a monthly fee to access their stuff. There's that, or there's advertising. Sadly, we have not found anything in between, because with that advertising, they rely on us. What's valuable to those advertisers is our information, the age group you're in, what you click on, what you like. Do you like sports? Are you a big movie buff? How can they put an ad in front of you that you're actually going to click on? That's the only way advertisements are relevant to those companies and to Google especially. That's really the only way they make money, is by getting personal information about you. So that's one of the things I want to talk about today. Other than that, this is kind of a trial run. I've always wanted to do a live show, even if it doesn't have many viewers, just to really put the forum out there for people to ask a question live and have it answered. I really like helping people out, and so this seemed to be like a good addition to some of my videos, that if I can do it live and I can answer a question, maybe it's a question that more than one of you had, and it'll help everyone else out. So that's really kind of what I want this to turn into. I didn't have that high of expectations for week one. I knew this would just be kind of a trial run to get things going. But in the future, I really hope we get a lot more questions sent in and stuff like that so I can answer them. There was one more question I was going to go through and answer, and I wanted to see what it was quick. Let's see, what was it? Oh, it was about the free iWork stuff from Apple. So in the Apple announcement, they announced that they're going to be giving away, Pages, Numbers, Keynote for free. The one thing that's kind of been, it was kind of misunderstood is that's if you buy a new computer. So that's if you buy a new computer from here on out, you are going to get the free software. But if you do not, then you're going to still have to pay the $20. Now for the iPhone, iPad, and iPod Touch, it's still free. They made it free on the iOS devices for anyone. But on the computer, it's only if you buy a new computer. I know my computer was even just purchased in May, and it was still, it's not new enough. When you buy a new computer from that day of the launch forward, that's when you got iWork for free. But man, they really did a lot of great things with iWork. It's the one platform that's going to sync well between all your devices, especially if you're a strict Apple user. If you have the iPad and the Mac and the iPhone, they really made it look nice. When you start a document somewhere, it's just like picking it up right where you left off. You don't really lose too much in usability between the devices. But I thought they did a great job, and especially with the web version, how you can log in now online and use it without even having download the applications, meaning technically you could run it on any device as long as you can log into your iCloud account, which I think is great. So it really is with you wherever you are, no matter if you have your devices with you or you don't. So a lot of good updates there. So I think even though it did not come out for free for everyone, I still think it's a great price, and I think everyone should go grab it. For $20, give it a shot. The big complaint is that people sometimes get tied into Microsoft Office, and they love the Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and the Pages, Numbers, and Keynote, they all do export to Word and Excel and PowerPoint, those file types, so exporting would be okay. I do kind of agree, though, that if you are in a culture or an environment where everyone is using Microsoft Office, it probably is going to be a pain for you to be exporting those files every single time to send them around and have people use them. For example, me in college right now, pretty much everyone, my professors, other students, they're all using Microsoft Word and Excel, and so that's just what I use because it's the easiest just to share around. But either way, to answer the question of the person, it is not free if you do not buy a new computer. So if you want it free, go buy a new computer, or just pay the $20 per app, and I think that would be a good thing to do. Let's see here, other questions. This might not be for all of you, but there was one person who asked me, they know I use ScreenFlow to make a lot of my videos, and they wanted me to compare that to the Final Cut Pro. I have to admit I haven't played too much with Final Cut Pro. It's $300 compared to ScreenFlow, which was $100. And I think ScreenFlow does some great stuff. Pretty much what I use ScreenFlow for is it lets me capture from my video camera and my desktop at the same time. So it's great for making tutorials. But it's just, you just gotta try them out. It depends on if you're making, if you're making tutorials for people and you're using your computer and you want to be able to talk to them, look at them, have that FaceTime with them, I think ScreenFlow is a great option. I was able to actually make a tutorial on how to get multiple camera angle edits in ScreenFlow, which although it's not as easy as Final Cut Pro, it is doable. So that's just to answer that quick question. I would look at ScreenFlow and try it out before you spend the $300 on Final Cut Pro. And for that matter, try iMovie. iMovie is, for most people, going to do what they want. And then once you start running into limitations, then you can start thinking about spending either $100 for ScreenFlow or $300 for Final Cut Pro. Another question I had from someone was they have their iPhone and their iPad and they're saying that they're getting a message popping up that it's either I had one person tell me that it's just saying I don't have an iCloud account on here. I need an iCloud account. And it keeps popping up every morning or just randomly. Another person said that it's full and it's not allowing them to back up. What that means, the first one means that you just need to sign in to your Apple ID account. So what you would do is go to Settings and then the Generals tab. And under General, there's iCloud, and click on that and log in with your iTunes account. When you have an iTunes account, that means you have an iCloud account. So your iTunes and iCloud, same thing. So just log in with that iTunes account, and that's what that will be. For those of you who are getting the full message that they can't back up anymore because it's full, if you go through to those settings and back to iCloud and down to backup, you can see what's taking up all the space. And for some reason, for me, like a lot of my podcasts were being backed up, and I didn't need that sort of stuff being backed up, and it was taking up a ton of space. So it might be a good thing to go in and check and see if there's some stuff in there that you want to take out of your iCloud backup. all that sort of stuff. And for anything like this, if you guys want me to go into further explanation, email me, mike@uyghurtech.com. That'll all be down in the description of this video. I'll put it in there. But email me, and I'm glad to help you guys out with anything you need. Let's see, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we want to talk about today. I think we answered pretty much all the questions people had. Let's make sure there's no other questions. All right, so guys, I think this was a fun time for me. I love talking to you guys. I love doing a show that can help you guys out. So for next week, I'm going to try and make it an every Tuesday thing. Tell your friends, tweet me questions, tweet me at @mweiger, or I'm always watching the comments during these videos to answer questions. But I'll try to gather all the questions I get during the week. I also take questions on my individual YouTube videos. So if someone has a really good question that I think would be good to be addressed in the live stream on Tuesday nights, I'll pick those out and I'll talk about them. But it's been a great time, guys, and I hope I talked about some stuff you guys liked. Seriously, though, email me and tweet me ideas, what you liked, what you didn't like about tonight. We can start getting into further detail, too, with these tutorials. With these live casts, we can go in and I can actually show you guys some stuff just depending on what you guys want. So let me know. But it's been a great night, and I hope you guys I hope I helped you out. And go to my website, uyghurtech.com. Email me, mike@uyghurtech.com. Tweet me @mweiger. All that stuff will be down in the description. But I love hearing from you guys. And have an awesome night.